What's going on? Strat Soldier here for the podcast In Force, the only podcast with me, the Strat Soldier, looking at the market through the eyes of the Strat. Let's get into it. Hey, what's going on? Strat Soldier here for the podcast In Force. We got JJ for the monthly recap for September. What's going on, JJ? How you doing?
Not too much, but how are you? How you doing there, Strat Soldier? I'm doing okay. I'm doing
That's
okay.
awesome. That
We
is
got
awesome.
October 1. October 1. I don't know where the year's going.
Yeah, seriously. Oh man, October 1 and it's been flying by. We were just talking right before we started how in seasonality is like I don't know, it's like out the window. Like nobody cares about seasonality right right now. It's out the window. It's like September to remember. I don't know, trying to make it funny, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. September was supposed to be red. It's been red for the last 6 years, and it was green and all-time highs. I don't know. I don't know if you want to
Right,
start with that. I just want to say that. I just want to say September was green and blast into the highs.
right. And coming in October 1st on a big moved upside day for sure.
Yeah.
New highs everywhere, and with the diamonds as well. Dow Jones
Yeah.
Industrial Average, new highs.
Mm-hmm. Everything new highs. Everything.
Right.
Everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
as you
sitting
would
here
say, right?
I'm sitting here
Everything.
looking at my macro list. I gotta pare this thing down. I had a lot of two ups on the quarter, and then now I have a lot of quarters that are stuck inside. Some good, some that might, closer to the highs, but some just dead in the middle. And then some I don't know, not too many signals to the lows. What's it look like on your side?
Um, well, I'll tell you this. So spies and Qs, they have
Hmm.
already taken month up
Yes.
on the
Yeah, day
first day
one.
of the month.
That
Okay.
never happens.
So so you know what I think you know the next thing is what I'm going to say. What do we know to be about it being true
Yeah.
is the fact that and now we did not diamonds. Diamonds are still inside the month
Mm,
here. All right.
true.
They haven't busted out yet. But this is what tells me SPY with the up on the month means that it can engulf and it can turn
Hmm.
around and puke the whole month back out. And that would
True.
True.
go back down to 614.49 if we wanted to break that entire quarter. I'm going through the quarter right now. Why not? Let's go quarter. All right. So quarter would break it down to 614.49. All right. So that's what the one thing that I see. We got a higher high, all-time high, and we'll see what they want to do here. But
Yeah.
they can come back inside and they could go outside.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. And we got earnings. So,
Anyway, we got bank earnings coming up next week.
yes. So, yeah. And I was talking to some traders, new traders, and I was telling them how, jumping in on 2-2 continuation up, not the best idea ever because it could go two up, because you got the two, 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 and it goes two up, and then they're like, well, buyers got what they wanted, and then they start selling that thing all the way down. And then that two becomes a three, and now you're in trouble. So it might be. I was talking to another trader. Shout out to Zay, because I don't want to take his title without giving him any credit. But the hunt for Red October. That we might be looking at Red October. I don't know. There's no reason. There's nothing on the charts that say it might happen, but we know these institutional buyers are going to take profits, and we don't know when. So you know.
Well, the October has poured a lot of blood throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Some of our biggest ones have been in October, October and March. All
So,
right. So
okay.
I love that idea. I'm all about bringing them in here, bringing them in here. I mean, how maybe if a Robism on that one, right? It's like bring them in so the poor folk can buy them. It's more
Yeah.
true now than it's ever been.
Yeah.
I mean, expansion to the upside with no breaks. You know that they gotta have to, and I'm not looking for a lot. I'm looking 3% to 3%. How about
Mm-hmm.
something?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but what do we do see? We do see stocks that break down and come back down.
Hmm.
Um, one of the ones that I was looking at, now I don't know where it is in the month here, but I'm going to the ugly list right off the bat.
The ugly list right
I
off
go
the
for,
bat.
I'm going for the ugly list right off the bat. All
You
right,
want to
so
share your screen or you want me to do it?
um, if you can,
Well, no, I'm
it's
saying,
just
do you want to do it or you want me to do it?
um, it's a little bit easier for me to do it, but then we'll switch back over to you anyway.
I love it. Yeah, yeah, do it.
All
I
right.
got it. I mean,
So
you got it. I
I
have it
don't know
set up.
how do I do that?
Oh man, go down to the bottom and then we'll see a
Uh,
share.
yep.
There it is.
Which one?
Says share right there. That button says share. Green.
Oh, here, sure. Yeah. All right, I got you.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Let me find it. That looks like the one.
Beautiful. Look at that.
All right. I don't see it though.
I see it. We see it. We see your screen.
Okay, I don't see anything. Oh, there you are. You're up there in the corner. All right. There you are. There you
Ah,
are. All right. So, you see what I see then? You see my this chart I got up, Delta, right?
yep.
Delta Airlines. All right, look at it. Delta Airlines fell apart, right? This thing was
Yep.
moving. This thing was having a great year. All
Yep.
right. It went outside to start the day, start the month, start
Hmm.
the quarter. Let's go easy to month is better. All right.
Hmm.
So we got the three up and the 312 downer. She came back up. Now she's been falling back down. I think this is another one of these triangle outs where this delta is going to turn around and get its act back together here before the
Okay.
end of this year. So that's one of the ones that like when we say that a lot of things triangle out is the point of them trying to make. And this is a good one. And everybody on the street loves this Delta Airlines too. And they got good numbers. So
Yeah.
really good stock trading at at a good discount right now, in my opinion. Maybe you can get it a little bit lower from here, but I think this one's good. I think this one turns around and gets back up. All right.
Love has been doing well. Southwest Airlines, that's been doing well too.
Yeah, there's another one that there's a couple of them there that are pretty decent. I like Delta probably the best right now.
Yeah.
Love is Southwest.
Hmm.
Again, it kind of it's kind of
That's a
stuck
little
in
choppy.
the
Yeah. My
yeah.
bad. That's a
Has
terrible example.
I think one of the things that I talk about a lot when I talk about charting is you got to you got to embrace that chop, you know, that chop that you watch that there's the price action is all in there. You gotta pay attention to when this thing's chopping and all these stocks, because they come out of it. All right, they come out of it in so many
Yeah.
ways. And for us, IBM was the one where
Oh yeah.
we
Hmm.
had to put it. We did a lot of work on this one.
Yeah.
So,
There's a lot
uh,
of I'm starting to see that, and I'll probably see this more well, I got 3 more months. But I am starting to see that there's a lot of stocks that I slept on or not took because, like for example, IBM has never been a mover, never. And just sits there and does nothing. But IBM took off. And then Intel's starting to turn into one of those. It might be that next one that we want to get in on, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting. But
yes,
IBM, beautiful.
yeah, and 80% of all gaps
True.
so they did that, right? We got back to the mainland, all the way back up to the mainland for this thing, but we were super patient through all this. There was these moves that were going up, and it was just chop, chop, chop. It would break, and then chop, chop, chop. We really didn't get triangled out too many times. I just said, well, we're gonna wait, we're gonna wait, we're gonna wait. We don't,
Yeah.
and this is a daily pattern, and we
Hmm.
didn't really look at any other time frames. Whenever I talked about IBM, I didn't ever showed another time frame. I just kept going back to the dailies. So,
Okay.
but so again, this just chop, 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 and then all of a sudden this move. Well, what happened here is that this move downside here it triangled out all this stuff and
Yep.
everything in there. And
Yep.
that was when I said it on that day. I said, I think we're maybe getting close. You got a hammer that went up, couldn't get any higher highs, and then you all of a sudden you get this move to the downside, and then we never got that. We never got another lower low after
That's
that.
true.
All
Yeah, that
right,
hammer goes in
so
force at the right there at the bottom. That hammer goes
all
in
right,
force and just takes off. That's awesome. Yeah, and
and
it makes
I
me yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say IBM. I've been, looking at IBM. I'm like, man, I wish I would have got in on that one. And then, Palantir, also Palantir is something that we used to make fun of all the time, and it starts taking off. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. So I stopped looking at them, and
Yeah.
so maybe this quarter, maybe and then into next year, I'll start refining. Maybe I'll put on some alerts or things like that. Like Roku's one that's starting to come up as well.
All right. That whole group is down right now.
But it's coming up. Hmm.
Communications though. So
Hmm.
here's Roku on the daily. He had a nice day
Hmm.
today.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, real nice move today. It was up $3.40 and up 3.44%.
Yeah.
Look at that. All right, so Roku looking good here. Let's pull it down and take it in a big picture. So you're already up on the quarter and you're
Yep.
already up on the month on the first day. All right, so that's pretty telling right off the bat. All right, so
Hmm.
yeah, Roku looks pretty good and it's coming back out of the slums
Yep.
from down here. I mean, it really is coming out of all that garbage.
It would
Yeah,
say,
chop, chop,
Rob used to,
chop, get
yeah,
out.
out of the ashes.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Um,
but yeah, you can
so
go back to you can show whatever stock you want. I was just saying IBM is one of those ones that I just like, nope, I'm never traded IBM. I'm not going to start now. And then Palantir was one that I did not do anything on. But I'm looking at Roku and I'm trying to not really look at things down in the dumps or down in the dirt, coming up. What I'm saying is, seeing, I stopped looking at stocks because I know it's just, like you said, just chopping around doing nothing for months.
right.
And just stop looking at it. And so maybe I'll be a little bit more cognizant or be a little bit more aware that, hey, it used to be somebody and we need to keep looking at that.
Right. If the potential's there for the month and for the week and the month, then that those two right off the bat are two that
Yep.
have to be involved for you to
Yep.
want to be in for sure.
Yes.
You need at least week and month, and days are going to be days, but the week and the month. If your week and your month are doing well, then there's a good opportunity. You can watch the thing for, typically you're going to have to wait some time before you want to buy these stocks. You just don't want to go in willy-nilly. You better know where your support lines are. You better know where
Yep.
your, you know what I mean? That's one of the things that I'm always putting support numbers out and saying, I think you can get it here at this price and get it at this price. Um, and you gotta know where you are in the triangle, where you are in the broadening formation. When we know all these things, but for people that are starting out when they're first doing this, they don't really understand that 100%. So
No. And I
got
think,
to
yeah, and they're using scripts and, well, they start getting into scripts and indicators and things like that to kind of circumvent, like, all I need is actionable signals. All I need is that, and then this indicator will do this, and then that script will take care of time frame continuity, and you need all three. You need to know how to draw broadening formation. You need to know what you're looking at. You also need to line that up with time frame continuity by looking at several charts at once, and then line up those actionable signals. And I love what you said about the month and the week. You have to have the month and the week. Um, I made a
Yeah, they
video.
got they gotta be aligned in a
Yep.
certain way too.
Yep.
You want to be two up, all right?
Hmm.
And where are you in the up? That's what's
Yeah.
important, okay? Because that's
Yeah.
what you're getting into there once you start getting into a new month. Like this Roku, this looks pretty nice here. Like I said, I mean, one day in, it's a good chance that it could it could go outside and puke it
Yeah,
all out. So
yeah.
remember that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And that's really true with lots of things being at all-time highs. Don't just jump on something that's 2-2 continuation up because it can go scenario three outside day or week or month quick. Is if the buyers say we're done, take my money, I want my profits, and then now you're stuck holding the bag because you just wanted to jump in because it was a 2-2 up on the day or week or whatever. Not that
right.
I know you don't do that. I'm just saying that for everybody.
Yeah, I mean it's for me. Like I'm right now. I'm a garbage picker, kind of for the most part. I really am. I do find things that are kind of like trying a lot. Like I like that Delta down there because I see where it's at. I know that stock's going to get better.
Yeah,
I might not get a lot of move to the upside on it. But there's something that I can pick up out of that, so so I do look for that kind of stuff. But when I look today, I went just looking at today, just kind of the sum of a couple of these stocks. They just with this ASTS today,
yeah,
up 7.8% x 16% today on the ASTS.
yep,
Triangles out everything in the daily pattern here. Now you're going to go into this fight up here and see what you want to do with these guys. All right. So ASTS, nice move to the upside. Triggers your month up and you're
yep,
and you're still stuck inside quarter. All right. So this one's looking really good, right? You got full time frame continuity. What I would say to new traders is that when you see movement like this and feel confident that you're going to be in there and you're not going to get taken out of the trade. All right. But now try to get yourself in at the best price. And that's what's really, really important.
that's
But for
true.
new people that are saying, yeah, you know, um, it's like, when they start going up, people start getting afraid thinking that they're going to go down. It's like, well, if we've got time frames showing us that this is happening. Okay, and misfalls are going to happen. The stock's going to go against you. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you come out 30%, you're going to be like a baseball player. You're going to be amazing. You
Yes.
know what I
I
mean?
I tell people all the time that stuff. I'm like, you don't need to get 90, 90%, 100% every time you trade. Like the guy that, the D student, 60%, that guy is making money.
Yeah. Because he's doing it consistently, and and
Yes.
you're having confidence. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
If you got a small amount of money, it's more difficult because you're trying to micromanage and you're trying to make a dollar here and there. So what you have, and don't play above the rim, man. Don't try to be something that you're not.
Hmm.
Find that trick pony that you got and to do it. Good example here. I like the 3-1-2s a lot. I got a nice one here that I think is forming that might go into force. All right, this son of a gun. This son of a gun has been killing me. I'm long
Oh,
Boeing.
Boeing. So here's a
I'm
funny
long
thing about
Boeing. Go ahead.
Boeing. They just teamed up with Palantir, and so Palantir is going to do their AI stuff. And I told somebody that Boeing needs Palantir AI to tell them when one of these windows are going to blow out.
Yeah, right.
But at the same time, I was talking to someone else, and they were talking about how the president has been pushing Boeing on all these other countries. They're like, it's kind of like the upsell. It's kind of like, do you want fries with that? It's like, okay, we'll lower these tariffs. We came up with a deal. That was awesome. By the way, we got
Right.
these Boeing planes. Do you want a couple planes? And some of these countries are like, yeah, South Korea, definitely South Korea was like, give us some planes. I think the Middle East, they want planes. I think it was. I'm probably going to get
China
this.
China wants 500 planes
Yes.
at 400 million a clip.
Yeah.
Uh,
For a big clip. That sounds
and
so. You sound so cool. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and what they need is freaking workers.
Yeah.
They've got labor problems up the gazoo,
Hmm.
but they keep taking orders. You know,
Hmm.
But they just, they just start pumping out some planes,
Yeah.
and I think that's this. You want to talk about embracing the chop? Okay,
Hmm.
I haven't been enduring this. Okay,
Enduring.
I bought it at 168,
Okay,
so
168.
you can see I'm back down to here somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, right in here somewhere around this
Yeah.
gap. All right. I bought some more at higher, but my average right now is like 176 or
Nice.
77.
Yeah, yeah. And
All
this thing
right.
went
So
hammer and force in June, no, May at 186. I'm thinking I'm not that yeah, 185. So yeah, that's awesome. You're doing great.
yeah, and and I haven't really added any up here just because I know now if I add up here my number's going to jump exponentially, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now the only way that I'm going to get back into Boeing for me is to say that I got to get on when the rocket goes off, I got to be in the rocket, all right? Because that's what happens. It's gonna go. It's just a question of when. So I've been enduring this, right? And they say embrace the chop, and watch for your actionable signals. Now
Hmm.
we got the inside month with the 3-1, but
Yep, I see that.
I got what looks like could potentially set up to be a 3-1-2 here on the week.
Hmm.
With the
Yep, I
new
see that
month
too. Yep.
with the new month and the new quarter, I think that will pick it up. I think we have to get through. Our first stop would be back up to 240 here, 242.
Yep.
So we need to. My goal is to triangle out all this right there. First of all, I need to take out all this. All
Hmm.
right, when that would be the 212 that potentially could give it to us, and and it could easily just go right back into Chop Central because it's just been a real piece of crap. Just
Yeah.
because and I think a big part of the problem is because of the fact of labor problems. That's I think their biggest problem.
Interesting.
Um,
I didn't know about the labor problems. Wow. Hmm.
yeah, they got a lot of labor problems, and just they had a lot of strikes, but they're in the process of trying to clean all that mess up.
Yeah.
All right, but
Hmm.
meanwhile, for anybody who's invested in this, so I got this guy that comes in to a place where I work. This guy bought $1 million worth of Boeing stock. He bought 6,000 shares at 156 bucks a share.
Wow.
Right? So he bought $1 million worth,
Wow.
at 150 something. It turns out to be like around 6,000 shares. But so he comes in, and I said, "Man, you had a really bad couple of weeks. This thing came down pretty bad, man, from
From one to
242. I was up
150.
here. I was up here at 243. I was thinking about dumping it all up there.
Yeah. That's what,
Uh,
so I think we talked about this last show. Um, and I've been thinking
Probably.
about it ever since in because I always talk about raising your stops until you get stopped out with profit. That's how I always that's what I do. And but you're like, well, and you had a good question or a good statement. You're like, well, it makes you keep raising your stops till you get stopped out with profit. You see the profit there. Why don't you just take it all and be done? And um so that's why I could see it both ways. Like for me, for example, if I was the guy, the $1 million, 6,000 shares guy, if I had 6,000 shares in here and it was up at where'd you say
240. Yeah.
240? I'm like, I'm
He would have been
done.
up. I did the math on it.
Yeah,
Like
that's
he would have been he would have had a big winner.
big winner. That's where I'm
And
like,
he gave back all this money
see,
coming
that's
back
where
down.
so that's where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take. I would have took it at 242, like right up top of the broadening formation, done. But even
Yeah.
then, even if I didn't do that, okay, let's just say I'm still, I think we're gonna get out of this mother bar problem, this 5 year mother bar problem that started all the way back in 2020, and I'm like, I think we're gonna go up to 353. Even if I thought we were gonna do that, I would still be pushing my stops up until on a portion of it at least. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you have to. Right
Yeah.
now, my stop right now is exactly where I bought it at.
Wow. Hmm.
I haven't touched it.
You're still in a great position, and that other guy is still in a good position too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
at two.
this is the reason I'm saying this.
Okay.
I think it's time for this thing to wake up with the new month here
Yeah.
again, though. But you know, I like to hunt for Red October, whoever that guy is. I like to
Yeah.
talk to that guy.
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah. Zay. Yeah.
him get
Yeah.
along good together. Uh, but like I said, when we had during the late '90s, man, so many guys got wiped out just trying to stay short.
Hmm.
You know, they just
Yeah.
getting called out, getting called out, getting called out.
Yeah.
Um, and it took until 2001. And so what I do is I go back and I look at like when markets made reverses and come back down, and I really study how it happened. I like to see it. It's if there's a dead guy on the ground over there, somebody's got to do the work to see what happened. Don't touch
Co-
anything.
Cold
So
case files. You work in
yeah,
cold case files. That's what
I
you're
just want to
doing.
see. I just want to see how it happened. I just like to. Because so many in charts are similar things all the time. It's
Yes,
crazy.
it is. It is. And I try to help people as well to think about context. Context meaning, I think that studying that stuff is important, but you also have to look at what SPY, Dow Jones, and QQ, like what were the broader averages doing as well.
Oh
It
yeah,
like for example, Boeing, it went 2-2 reversal on the year to the lows in 2020. And you could be like, well, see, that's why Boeing's a piece of junk, because blah blah blah. But you got to look at what SPY, Dow Jones, and QQQ were doing. The entire market was going to the lows in,
right.
then. So I think if you match up what your stock was doing versus along with what the broader averages were doing, it kind of gives a lot more context. But sometimes it just explodes. We got the GameStop, AMC, those outliers, those one
Yeah,
that those things that just happen. You got ASTS, Space Mobile, so
yeah.
so you can call grandma from space, no drop calls.
Right,
you
right,
know
right, 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 right,
those
right.
ones that just explode, and and it has nothing to do with the markets. But no, I like what you're saying. That's really so. This is not an interview, but I here's an interview question. Okay, after all the years that because you've seen it all, you've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like when I came in, when I started trading, SPY was like 350. I think that's what it was. SPY was like 350. I don't know what the price of SPY was when you started. I would like to know. Question one. And then the question
Oh
number two
God.
is all the years you've been seeing trading happen, whether, when you were doing standard, technical analysis, and then you started, you're a broker, and then you had your own little business, and then, yeah, and now you got the Strat, watching, like, what's the big takeaway for all of us, I guess, I don't know, that you've seen. I don't know. That's too big of a question. You see all this stuff play out. You've seen years of it. Like, what's something that we can like go, okay, we all need to acknowledge. And if you see the setup, you need to take a position. I don't know if that's a question. Like, what's a good
Um,
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess the you don't remember you remember all the bad stuff. You
All the
kind of
bad stuff.
you kind of
Okay.
remember you remember all the times the market crashed. You never really,
Mm-hmm.
we never like threw a party when the markets were going up, you know what I mean?
True. Okay.
But I would say that it just in my personal experience, um, I was a follower strictly of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. That was the only thing I watched.
Mm-hmm.
The S&P 500, I just didn't track that. I always just came in from when I first came into the Chicago Stock Exchange. I'm just sitting here looking at it, the Dow Jones Industrial Average in 2012 was trading at 12,685. I can only go back to 2010, but I can tell you this, when I first got in there, that would have been in probably 1980. or 85, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average was trading at like 1,500 bucks,
Wow. Yeah.
something like that.
And people, I'm sure people were saying it can't go any higher. There's no way it can go any higher.
Yeah. I remember I remember the biggest news that had come out is when that Columbia when the rocket blew up
Oh, hmm.
in that Columbia Exposition, when that woman that was in there, she was a teacher,
Yeah.
and remember the rocket blew up, and
Yeah.
I remember that was like made the markets go like all of a sudden, because I would work on a machine where I would tear orders off of it, and it was like for 2 straight days they just kept pounding us with tickets, and I worked for EF Hutton at that time, so EF Hutton was huge back then. So there was a lot of volatility in the market. I noticed things like that, and then as I moved up and took other jobs, I worked in the OEX pit for a little while, and that was just a great experience. That was just amazing. That was running around with 400 guys in a pit, and when we went into a fast market, man, we're just trading with everybody, and I'm just trying to write names down, and it was. It was lunacy, man.
That's
But
so
it
fun.
had there was a method to the madness of it all. But
Hmm.
anyhow, yeah. So from over the years, I'd say '87 was, we got knocked, our company got knocked out, and we had to go find a new clearing firm. We were working for Drexel Burnham at the time. You can go back and look. Drexel Burnham went bankrupt in '87 when the market
Mm,
crashed,
yeah.
and we were working for them. We got picked up. Tony G, he always took care of us, found us a new place to go. We had customers that would call us and give us business, and all we needed was a clearing firm. So I was lucky. I was lucky to I was lucky to for my buddy to take me to the Board of Trade the first time ever, and I fell in love with it the minute I walked in the place.
That's so cool. That's
Board of Trade
awesome.
was fun. Board of Trade was really fun. You had to, at the end of the day, you had to go find the tickets on the ground. We would be there for 2 hours trying to find our tickets.
Wow.
Brokers would just write the tickets and throw them on the ground.
Wow.
And then all the runners would have to go through the pile. It's crazy, man.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
What the
it is a
heck?
little crazy back in the
That
day,
is
man.
crazy. I totally did
It's up.
derail what we were talking about. I'm just saying, you've seen so much and it's really cool. Um and that
So
so that makes sense that you guys only kind of remember the bad stuff because I watch Bloomberg News and they do like this morning they were talking about, is the AI era going to be like the .com era? Everybody's AI this and AI that, and then you guys are just using this like I think we talked about this. Like you guys are, how are we going to make money off of it? It's just cartoons and you guys revising emails. How are we making money? Well, we can't make money off it really, and then it goes to the lows. So I guess it makes sense that you guys kind of only remember the bad stuff and
I
how
think
to
I
avoid it.
I
Hmm.
think AI is a lot likely like the 90s right now. There's a lot of companies there's a lot of startups right now that are
Hmm.
and that was what was happening during the dot-com boom, right? Man,
Hmm.
there was so many there was IPOs coming out like crazy. Now we're starting to see some IPOs come already. We got the Weave, and that one's
Yeah.
a good trader. I wouldn't hold that stock, but I love to trade that stock. At
What is it?
CRWV. I
CRWV.
wouldn't hold it with your money, but I'll
Brand new
trade
to the
that.
world. What
I'll trade
year
the hell out of
one?
this thing, man. This thing's got great movement.
Uh,
So they just got to deal with and they got so interesting story here. Crew V. This guy's real. The CEO of this company is tight with the guy that lives on the East Coast in a White House. They're good buddies. So
okay.
so anyhow, but either that or not, they just got a contract with Meta, like a $22
Oh.
billion, and Salesforce was trying to get that, and weaved his way in and got it. Look what happened to Salesforce because of
Wow.
that.
Yeah. Yep.
They lost. They didn't get this contract from
Puke. Puke.
Meta. So
Hmm.
from Meta, right? So I think Salesforce is a great company. Right now it's in the crapper. Um, it's got a 2 year high. I mean, it's got a 2 year support line that it just broke through at 235. Um, it's just right back to 236 right now. If you see where it's trading, it closed at 235.69. It's trying to stay as close to that damn
Yeah.
wall as it can.
Yeah.
All right, and that's coming off a 2 year. So I think triangle out about another, 10, 15 times, and then maybe she'll go.
What do you is Open an AI company? I hear a lot of people talking about Open.
Yeah, that open.
Hmm.
I don't really follow it. I mean,
I
it's
don't
on my
follow it either.
it's on my list every single day.
Yeah,
Open
Trent.
door.
Yeah, Trend Spider, they talk about it all the time, and I was ignoring it. And there's another stock I was ignoring because it was a penny stock for a long time, and
Yeah, now
then
it's $8.
now it's $8. So if you bought a bunch of them at what, I don't know, 70 cents, now but I don't do penny stocks.
Uh, it's
So,
a uh, it's a real estate.
oh, it's real estate.
It's a
Okay,
real
good.
estate investment trust out of Tempe, Arizona.
Okay, okay.
Operates a digital and real estate transaction. In that group, I'll give you this. I like this one, but right now it's for some reason it's completely slow. Rocket bought Redfin. All right, so
Okay.
they took Redfin out, this Rocket Mortgage.
Yeah, we were
Um,
talking about Rocket last week. It didn't do much for us.
Right.
Uh
Well, yeah, look what the
mhm.
month was,
Yeah.
right? This was the
Hmm.
month last month. So
Yeah.
here we are coming back inside. Um, back down to here, man, 16.
Yeah.
Get me down here. I got support level around 1588. I wouldn't touch it up here, not with anybody's money. All right. This is still coming back down here on this rocket. They thought that that rate cut was going to be the most beautiful thing in the world, and it wasn't because it's
No,
gone
nobody
down
cared. That's
since the rate
true.
cut.
That's
Since
true.
the
That
rate
rate
cut, the
cut
stock is
happened.
cut.
And I hate this is a phrase I do not like. I think it's the most BS phrase that we use. It was priced in. It was priced in. Like that's such a bogus term. It's just the market didn't care. That's all that really means. The market did not care about the rate cut. And well, and maybe why they didn't care is because it was supposed to be it was supposed to be a full 0.5%, and it was only a quarter of a percent, so
Yeah, he's a quarter guy. He always has
yeah.
been. Um, Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get really to what people don't understand is that okay, fine. Let's say they cut that rate. I mean, and they're probably going to get a couple more rate cuts before the end of the year. But these rate cuts, they don't go into effect until you got to you don't get any traction until you're about 4 or 5 months in.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everything, nothing changes quickly. Everybody wants a quick answer for everything all the time,
Yeah.
and but on situations like that, those things aren't just going to change fast. So we're going the right way. We're starting to go the right way.
Yeah.
I don't know if we are going the right way or not. Why are we cutting rates while the stock market's at all-time highs and we still have inflation? That one I don't get, but I understand why people are spending money. All right. And companies are getting are hitting their earnings. I mean, I couldn't believe it that Nike beat yesterday. I did
Hmm.
not expect that at all.
Hmm.
That was a nice, pleasant move for me last night when I pulled up on the phone. I was like, all right, damn, Nike, man, nice move. I didn't
Yeah.
expect that.
Yeah.
I thought it's probably gonna go lower so I can get a better chance to buy it at a lower price.
Yeah. That's so funny. I'm still in Tesla. I'm still in
Oh my God, you've been
Tesla.
in Tesla a long
I
time.
have, I have, and just pushing my stops up, and it just keeps going. And
It's going
but
ape
yep,
crazy right
ape
now.
crazy, but I keep reminding the weekend shift crew, my guys, I'm like, we have to remember this is This is Elon Musk buying his own stock. Like he bought billions of
Right.
dollars of his own. He bought billion dollars of his own stock with a B. So we need to
Right.
remember that.
He
So
ain't gonna be buying it forever.
no, he ain't gonna be buying it forever. Number one, and number two, it's not based on this movement's not based on car sales or they say they're a software company, but it's not based on robot sales or whatever. It has nothing to do with anything that they're doing. He's just buying it. He's just doubling down on his own position. So
This Tesla, man, it gets me every time. I had I had it at 302, and then I
hmm
took it up to 330 something,
yeah.
and then it crapped out on me, and I
The
got
only I'm
stopped
telling
out, and then I didn't
buying
get
it
back in.
buying shares on this thing and just leaving it alone is the only thing that's really helped me with trading Tesla because you trade number one, the options are $23 a contract, which we know is $2,300 a contract. All right, and then the volatility on these options is it's the world's worst roller coaster. It goes all the way up, and
Yeah,
then it curves, and it goes all the way down, and then it curves, and it goes
right.
all the way. Like it's the worst move. It's the worst
The
ride
vol,
ever.
the
Yeah.
vol is vicious, man. The
Yep.
vol is definitely vicious on Tesla. You really got to know your support levels, and you really need to know where you need to be getting out at. And
Yep.
and when you pile up a bunch of credits, take the money.
Yep. Yep, yep,
Okay,
yep. And
take
that's
the
what I've
money.
just been pushing my stops up and up and up, and I haven't get stopped out yet. But I know
Yeah,
I'm gonna get that notification, and I'll get stopped out profit, which is great. But buying shares is what
look at
has
it,
helped me out.
month up already, going trying to go back to 488.
Yeah, and then Apple, what the heck? Apple out of
I
the
know, man. There's
Apple was
another
just
one.
like, hold my beer, hold on a second, y'all.
This thing too.
Wow, I'm in Apple
Um,
as well. Here's something interesting. So last year, Jason Krutsky from TrendSpider was on the weekend shift. He helped us make a trading bot, and I let it go. He helped us make a trading bot in TrendSpider, and then I just watched it. And you get text. I set it up so I get text messages every time the bot says you should get in, you should get out. So I started watching it, and I watched it for a whole year. And then this year I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm just gonna, it works. So I like what it's doing. So I linked it up with Signal Stack, which is another sister company of TrendSpider, and it's trading my money on Apple as the trading bot says. I mean, as we set it up in and out, and it got me in an Apple, and I'm still an Apple. I mean, it's doing
wow.
its job. It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. It's pretty cool. I need to get better at. I am honest to everybody else. I need to get better at making these bots because I had one for Amazon and it just wasn't. It wasn't good. It wasn't any good. It didn't. I didn't lose any money, but it wouldn't trigger the signals correctly. So I got to get better at doing it. Um, but it worked. It's awesome.
And Apple was most obvious that it was going to go back, but
Mhm.
when it was down here and see this, I had this equilibrium in here forever,
Yeah.
and it just kept, and it finally got out,
hmm
but what I didn't see is that it never really came back again. That was it, man.
Yeah, and that's
Right. And
there. So
even here came back down. Still did not wouldn't have broke it
yep.
if you got in down
And
at the low of that guy right there.
And that's one of those plays I'm talking about where you just ignore it because it's just consolidating and then you take off and then again that I'm going back to my observation at IBM. Never touch an IBM, never. Just it does nothing, me personally, me in my mind. And it just took off and that's just one I missed. So
Yeah.
how can
I think that yeah, the Mag 7, they're aching to go, but
yeah.
there's something there that's I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Like Amazon starts moving and then she falls apart and she comes back down.
Well,
I
Amazon
don't
had
think.
that lawsuit. Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they had that. They lost some money there.
hmm
2 billion, man. These guys go on 2 billion for lunch. Come on.
It's funny. It's like the remember that movie The Jerk when he made all this money. Remember that movie? Yeah, he made all this money with these sunglasses and he gets sued and he has to pay
Yeah, yeah.
$1 million to everybody and it's like but he's actually writing the check out for $1.67.
Everybody
But
went cross-eyed
yeah. Yeah, yeah. So
because he had a handle where you could take your
yeah,
glasses off.
octagrab, octagrab.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
optograph. Yeah.
And
Shooting at these oil cans.
so uh Amazon they have to pay, all this money out to people, but it ends up being $51 per person. Like after they extrapolate it all out, it's $51 a person, and that's
No,
what
I
made me
didn't get
think
my
of
51 bucks. Um,
since the last time I talked to you, Cracker Barrel was since I last talked to you, I think Cracker Barrel happened in between
yeah,
us.
that was what was cooking then, right?
Yeah, and
CBRL.
I didn't even know Cracker Barrel was a stock. I really didn't.
Yeah, I did know that, I think I told you last time. There's one when you're going up towards Wisconsin,
Oh yeah, okay, we did
right
talk
in
about this.
Richmond.
Okay,
There's one
sorry
in
about this.
Richmond.
Sorry about
They
that.
got that cheese broccoli soup. It's crazy good.
That we did talk about this. Okay, my bad, my bad.
Yeah. So, but that was Trump got involved in that one,
Yeah,
and then look at it now.
yeah. Full
Puked
time
it
frame
back down.
continuity to the downside.
Yeah, I think this thing had, they had a good run.
Had a good run.
They had a month that was red for green for a while, and then
Yeah,
it turned
they
red.
CEO fired. That's
So,
hilarious.
you know
I
what? They got a pop. They were in the news for a little while. So there
yeah,
you go.
yeah,
Couple of names here. Couple other names here, like stuff that today. All right, we're talking about the
yeah.
month,
Johnny
and then
John.
we
Yeah.
got the week and the day. Today was a day where we had control of everything. We
Hmm.
had the quarter, we had the year, we had I don't know if, no, we didn't
Yeah.
have the year, but we have the quarter, we have the month, we had the week, the
Yeah.
day, and everything. Right. So today, everything got pushed. It was very few times when you
Yeah.
get that full time frame moving up and every time frame moving up.
Yeah.
Uh, so, so who had some good days here? And then I'm gonna name a couple here. Johnny John here had a nice day, 2-2 back up on a hammer. So it took day up on this thing. All right. And come chop here on the overnight right now, but we're stuck inside on the 2 hours, so we got kind of have to get out of that mess right now. All right, looking for more continue. And again, I think I talked about this one to you before. Um, on the monthly, this thing has been chopping for 5 years now. One, two,
Yeah.
three,
I know. And
four,
so there's another
five.
one. I mean, it looks good on
One,
the charts,
two,
and but
embrace
it's embrace the chop. That's probably what I'm gonna have to call I'm gonna have to call this episode "Embrace the Chop" because I'm
right.
like, this
I'm
thing is
telling you,
doing
ride.
nothing.
You gotta ride with. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. And look what happened. We're getting out now, folks. This
Yeah.
thing's gonna run.
So yeah, and that's maybe that's a thing where Rob would say, okay, they wanted to make sure nobody was in here for this move. I remember him would say he would say things like that, and because that's just a mess. Like, no, I don't care about Johnny John, but
That's
then it goes.
5 years.
Yeah.
So look at that, man. That's crazy. And then look at this is another one that I'm in right now too. This is another one that's choppy here. I bought
Okay.
some Honeywell. This one's been chop up,
I get it.
da. Look at still chopping away here. I think that it's time for Honeywell to get its act together, though. So I'm looking to see if it how it folds up inside here. I'm looking at on the weekly, most important, because there I got a weekly kind of hammering up a little bit. I don't know
Yeah.
if that goes into force or anything, but this thing's been chopping forever. It's time to get back up to the highs here. All right, and again,
Embrace.
it's I make a big point of I probably beat up the industrials a little bit more much than I should, but there's
Uh-huh.
just so many. Like look at McDonald's, it's just in the garbage can.
Yeah. McDonald's is having a hard time right now. Yep.
Right. McDonald's, I mean, Starbucks is trying to pick it back up here a little bit, but another one, all right, Starbucks is down and out. All
Hmm.
right. So the discretionaries are not doing good. Chipotle Mexican Grill's not even doing good. I mean, what is
Burrito.
going on here? Look at
Burrito.
this. Look at
Yeah.
Chipotle. I mean,
Mhm.
these guys ain't doing no business. Come on, man.
Yeah.
All right, and then you got Doc Hortons and up and away in a beautiful balloon here, right back
DHR? Is that
inside. Yeah,
DHR?
DHI.
DHI. Okay.
So yeah, and I had a real nice day today, right? On
Hmm.
a new on the new quarter, the new month,
I think I
the new
talked
week,
about
and the new
that
day.
today.
So DH
D.
Horton, that's a nice start right there. Looking for the triangle out on this guy, 184.74, going
Yep.
back up. You got kind of a shooter, but it doesn't matter now because now you're inside on the one. All right, so that one's better. Yum is not better.
Yum is yuck.
No, Yum's doing all right. It's kind of just chopping up here. It's not doing anything here. This is an example of what you stay away from right there, right? With
Hmm.
three ones
Yeah.
on consolidating for 2 months and a day.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yep.
those are some ones, but a couple other ones here that had a good day today. First solar for the first day. That's a
Okay.
nice one. Kind of came back a little bit here at the end of the day, but two up on the quarter, two up on the month, coming back inside.
Okay.
And how about Run Sun Power, man? It had a nice. I'm putting it in the bad list because the day ended crappy, but it made a nice move to the upside. Look at that.
Okay.
Got up to 2102, 2002, and then she didn't finish good, and that's important to finish good. All right. GEV was a gapper down today on the here.
You've been doing
Um,
great with your being consistent with those putting out those gap lists too, by the way. Great job.
yeah, the gaps are
Hmm.
yeah, it's probably the most it's brutal in the morning because I'm always like half awake when I'm trying to do it. So here's GE, not much there. Just a couple other things that were around. Carvana came out.
Carvana.
Yeah,
Yeah, Carvana.
Carvana made a statement on the new month. Here we go. I'm taking month up
Yep.
on day one. The Carvana. That's a
Yep.
nice move to the upside. I like this ARM too. ARM. This is semiconductor. Look at this guy came out ripping today, up
Hmm.
6%. Look for some continuation to the upside. That's what I would be looking for. I'd looking for some follow through there on ARM. What else? You talked about that Tesla. How about Wynn Casino here? Wynn Casino had a hell of a day too, but it's an inside day. It didn't get out, but it was up almost 3% on a day. Look for that 212 back up.
Okay.
Full time frame continuity. All right, Wynn Casino, a little better there. How about this guy, Western Digital? Yet. Look at that,
Wow.
man. Bring that
What?
on the new month. There you go.
What?
That's today. Western Digital up to 131.12.
What
WDC
the
on the
heck?
move. All right. And if Rob would be loving this, but he'd be like, you got to stay in here.
Yeah.
Right. And he's not wrong. You know, it's
Wow.
gonna, it's hard to get in up here though. I'll tell you. I'm gonna say that it's
Yeah.
definitely difficult to get in on there. But Western Digital, that was a nice move today, for sure.
Hammering.
And here's one that I didn't like. I'm sorry, I cut you off there.
No, go ahead.
Um, I had this one completely wrong here on Dell. I was preaching this thing's going down.
Well, it did. I mean, it did go to the lows for a couple
Yeah,
quarters there.
it did break. It did
Hmm.
break, and it was around probably here when I was yapping about it, somewhere in
Hmm.
here. Um, it did, yeah, it did. It did break, and if I had I not given up on it, look at that with the 312,212.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
3-1-2-2-1-2. Boom.
Yeah.
So Dell, I did not have that one right at all. The good thing is I didn't short it.
Yeah.
So that was about that.
So,
Danaher had a big day today. Look at that healthcare.
interesting thing about what you so Johnson and Johnson scenario 3 on the year, Western Digital scenario 3 on the year. Um, we've had some, they kind of puked and then just shot back up.
Look at Lamb Research,
Hmm. Okay. What's that? What's the LRCX?
LRCX. Get this thing's all. Look at this thing. It's already.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
another
this
one.
was the little
That's another one.
pullback.
Scenario 3 on the year.
Yeah,
Outside year. Hmm.
outside a year, right? Yeah, you see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lamb Research. And then this circle, this was one of the MIPOs that came with the weave. This thing's gotten lost, man, but it got up to 298.99, and it is lost down here right now. It
Hmm.
has lost its way.
Yeah.
I'm watching it here. You're trapped inside the month here. You're trapped inside everywhere. You're not going anywhere. That one. So that one I don't think goes anywhere, but Advanced Micro Devices came out and said, I'll take the new month and I'll run with the day up.
Yeah.
And
So
and look,
I
it
call that
really took
one
off.
AMD. I call that one automatic money destroyer. It's kind of like it's like a bad ex-girlfriend. Like AMD acts nice for a couple months. She's doing all the things you like. She's going to the movies with you in the park and helping you walk your dog and stuff. But then she has those months where she just cops an attitude and she fights with you all the time. Like she's keying
That's
up
what.
your car.
Oh, that's not good.
She's burning your food on purpose. Like,
Oh, start popping tires on your cars.
yeah,
Like a knife in there.
yeah.
That's not
Yeah,
good.
she's she's
That's
re-
none of
she's
that
leaving
is
you
good.
little notes that say you're a bad trader, like little thing, like come on, girl, what you do?
Right, right. Look at Micron Day.
Yes, yes, I was looking at Micron. I just took that off my macro list just because it's just you know
I
full
really
time frame
miss.
continuity to the upside all the way, and
I know it's crazy.
again scenario at a 3 on the year,
I
outside
remember
year.
trading it in
Wow,
the 50s not too long ago.
yeah,
Jesus. All right. Yeah.
craziness.
Amgen is made a big 3 day move here off
Mm-hmm.
of this 2-1-2-2 back up.
Yep.
Amgen. So I think on the just in my opinion, and then you can finish it up with it. A couple of ones that are ugly, man. That's Sarepta. Remember that one, man?
Yeah.
That one that got it's still getting pounded down on the bigger time frames, but look at this thing, man. This thing was at $281. It's got to come back up. I mean, look
Jeez.
at even Pfizer, but Trump had a
Yeah.
had to touch it.
Hmm.
So the Trump touched the Pfizer, and then you got the 2 day up. Look at that.
So
All right.
they're saying that Pfizer, the government's going to be selling medication from Pfizer, like direct from Pfizer or Pfizer
Right.
medications.
For
But
for
some of these
cheaper.
medications are like $5,000, and they're saying, well, you can get it for 50% off, but that's still 2,500. Like that's crazy. I don't know if that's
Right.
true. I just heard it on the thing. I don't know if that's true.
Well, the precedent is that okay, Pfizer's going to sell drugs for cheaper,
Yeah.
and the stock is going to go up. Well, that's funny. That sounds like I don't know if that sounds like that works.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a
Um,
good plan.
but
I
when you
don't
got the
know.
government, when you got the government as a partner,
Yeah,
then you can get away with that
maybe
business.
that's the secret sauce.
Yeah. So well, look at Intel.
Maybe well,
We're an
won't you
owner.
call it?
We're an owner. We're an owner here.
That's true. Won't you call some of your pals over there and be like, "Hey, I got this thing called the Strat. I think you need to look at it."
Yeah. I got a lot of local people that are interested in it,
Okay.
and I bring them over sometimes, and they there's a couple people that really have kind of picked it up and embraced it, and you gotta want to do this.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
I go through charts a lot. I
Yeah.
spend a lot of time going through charts, and and I help the guys out in the here too because they all just trade options. So they're always
Hmm.
coming over to me saying, "Hey, what does the underlying look like?" So I kind of give them my opinions on that, and we
That's
look at
awesome.
charts.
That's
Um,
awesome.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
but
right.
I think what I try to be my niche to be is that guy that kind of keeps it cool, keeps it easy, um, and just like try to help people to get better getting into stack positions. I think that's the most important thing. I think is really
Yeah.
where you're getting in at is
Hmm.
really really key
Yeah.
to success. So I try to help on that, and then and I just kind of like roll with the markets here. We're coming up here again. I'm going to say this again. We took two up on the spies and the Qs on the month. That means we can go outside month.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's because we made the higher high.
The hunt for Red October. I don't know what I'm going to call this one. Hunt for Red October or embrace the chop. I might go with embrace the chop.
Yeah, embrace
Um,
the chop. I like that. I've been using that a lot. I've
I
been
like
using that
it.
a lot lately. I'm
I
like,
like it
I tell
because
them, go
good.
ahead.
I
No, you
was
go.
gonna
I've been
say
talking too much.
no, no, no. It's good. No, I love it. People get tired of hearing me anyway. So, but I was just saying, I'm okay with the choppiness if like okay, you create the winning position and it's just chopping around as long as it's going in the right direction, I don't care. Like Rob used to say like, it's just grinding into the highs. Like I don't care if it's grinding into the highs as long as it's going in the right way. Like if it's just like, doing this but it's slowly moving up, that's fine. That's an uptrend all day long as long as I'm winning. But if I'm, I started a winning position and then it chops down and then like and I'm not winning at all, I'm get out of that. Like that's where I'm like, no. But like your position in Boeing, like getting down there was at 150 something, I think you said.
Yeah,
Uh
one's like 170
yeah.
something
And
around
it's
there.
like 215 right now. I mean, that's still a pretty good position. Like even though it's like sucking up here at 215, 200 area,
All
it's just
right.
like doing that. I would rather I tell my guys on the weekend shift like I would rather you get in on something like for example Roku. It's like 103 right now, but when we were first looking at it, it was at $73. I'd rather you be on my show on Saturday watching me make fun of Roku at 150 going, you guys are dummies for getting down at 150. Look at this thing, 2-2 reversal down, blah blah blah. And I want you to be at home going, Strat Soldier, I got in on this thing at $73, hammer and force on the month. I don't care. Like that's the kind of position. That's what I want to help people get into. Like, you got it down here. It's still winning. Who cares if it's doing this? As long as it resolves back up, of course, of course. But yeah, I say all that to say, as long as as long as it's still a winning position, I can embrace the chop.
Yeah, right, right, right. And then and it for me I position out of it a lot.
Okay.
I'm waiting for that, how many triangle outs is it going to do, Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll even say it. I'll say, okay, we got to move here. We're probably going to that, but we're probably gonna try that one out again. So be prepared for that. You
Yeah.
know, how much money do you want to lose? Make sure you know about that, and
Yeah.
how low you want your stop to be,
Mm-hmm.
and and expect this to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's going
Yeah.
to happen, and then but we try to get at the end of it again with Boeing. The last thing I will say about Boeing is that now I think I said this earlier. I don't want to buy any stock at 214 now anymore because it's
Mm-hmm.
just going to ruin my price. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to bring up
Mm-hmm.
my average price that I don't want to do. So what
Mm-hmm.
I have to do now is I have to be buckled into the rocket. All right.
Yes.
And
Buckle
that
into the rocket. Yeah.
when this 312 takes off, I want to be then because then I'm not gonna I'm gonna have that momentum that's gonna make the move for me that and then I look to add on that? Yeah, probably, but I got to
Yeah.
make sure that it's that's the right one.
That's
And
good. I like that. I
you
like two
know,
things:
that's just
buckled
how I
in.
would rather think like that. I could have bought it at 211 here. I could have bought it, and it keeps coming right back down. So I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't want to deal with that crap.
No, and I like buckled into the rocket. Like your bags are packed. You're already on. You're ready. You're waiting. Let's get this thing going. And
Right.
I was talking to another beginner trader, and I was talking about how we like to we create the winning position and then add to our winners. And he was talking about well, if doesn't that mess up my average cost, my cost average, and my answer was we don't care because we're trying to here we're getting our profit target. We want to add to our winners. My whole thing, that whole traditional strat spiel on that. But I like what you said. Um, you don't want it. You don't want to ruin your price where it's at. And but if it does start hitting higher highs, you'll add to it. Then that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that. That makes more sense.
Right. Because then you're getting
Mhm.
you're picking up momentum right away.
Yeah.
You're possibly adding a little bit more to it
Mhm.
when that initial move happens. I haven't had anything to give me anything to say that things are going to turn around until this showed up, and now with the new month inside, and that's
Yeah.
fine. You can be inside and be green. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kermit's green. He doesn't mind being inside. Uh, 2-1, and I think that so now this is kind of set up for full time frame continuity, and but we'll wait and see. Now we still got a lot of time to go here. What are we, Wednesday? So we got two more, and then
Yeah. So
then we got we got two more days, and then we'll see what happens on next Monday.
I'll give you two, and I'll let you use your charts. I'll give you two to end the show. Let's go with Celsius,
CELH is great.
CELH. Sorry. Yep.
Just a superstar.
Superstar. Yeah,
Love
energy
it.
drink. Yep.
Love it. It's inside month. It's inside month right now. So I'm gonna say that it has stalled out. So what I see is once this happens, this stall
Mhm.
out happens, what happens? The chop starts to happen. So that's what's going on here, right?
Yep.
This is getting created because of this. All right, because this all of a sudden is kind
Yep.
of like said, well, hold up here, we're stuck now. All right.
Correct.
So
Correct.
again, so this one looks like a lot easier for to chop and get out. I like this move coming down here right now, whatever this is doing down here. 5680, if these are real. This is like an overnight business, but in theory, yeah, back down into here. Maybe break this. If we came down and took all this out back out again, then I would be all in on Celsius. I think this thing is going to go higher. The stock is really doing well. The thing was at 99.62. I think it's already got an amazing year going on here.
Yep.
At the 2-2, here's your year with the shoot started with a shooter down to start the year on the month, and boom. All right. Now we're
Yes.
inside. Now you are 1-1, so be aware of that too. So there could be more of this because of that. So make sure this has got to get firmed up.
Yep.
And once that week is good, you got month green. I'd say I like it. Go ahead, hit me with another one. I like that Celsius.
Awesome. And then we'll go back to AMD, Automatic Money Destroyer. Doesn't it? I thought I had a hammer. I thought I had an actionable signal on the week. Did it? No. Wait, yes. Yes. No, that's
You
the
do.
month. No, we're looking at the month. I'm
This
sorry.
is oh yeah, right here. Yeah,
Yep,
one
I'm looking at
inside.
the month on AMD, and hopefully this thing gets above 165. I know what people are looking at on the daily chart but I'm not touching this thing until it goes two up on the month. Then it's hammer and force on the month, and we can maybe get to 187. So
Agreed 100%.
Mhm.
Yes. That hammer goes into force. Yes, for sure. 182.76 then.
Yeah.
Provided that the Qs don't turn around and puke
Yeah.
the hunt for Red October shows up.
That's so funny. That's a good movie too. That's a great.
Oh, I love movie. Yeah, it was Alec
Sean.
Baldwin.
Yeah, Sean Connery. Well,
Yeah, oh yeah, Connery. I love that movie, man.
yeah,
I can watch that any day.
yeah.
All right, what else you got? Come on, fire.
The AMD was the right now. Those two are what I'm really looking at. Looking at my macro list, nothing's really jumping out. I definitely want to keep pushing my stops up on Apple and Tesla. That's what I'm personally focusing on. Um, but everything's, things are just going straight to the highs, and nothing's really sticking out. Going, I need to get in on this. Nothing
Right.
really is like the beginning of the year. I had VeriSign. That was my hammer and force on the year. That was my trade of the year so far. VeriSign, and then I got in on Celsius. So those are my two good ones this year. And now I'm looking at again Tesla and Apple. But yeah, VeriSign, VRSN. That okay, you're looking at
Verison,
yeah,
VRSN,
VRSN.
VRSN,
Yep. And
Versa.
that was hammer and force on the year. Right now, just kind of, not doing
It's
much.
stalled out. It's stalled
Yeah.
out inside here.
Yeah.
So this is what you're getting down here on your
Yeah.
2 hour.
Yep.
And so yeah, this thing needs some work. Probably needs a little bit more triangling out.
Yeah.
Uh, I
So I'm
think, yeah. Here,
yeah, I'm
270 coming down here right now. I don't know what that means.
ooh. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
definitely looking
I would look
at
for the triangle out of that thing and see if it comes around from there.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, and then
Um,
so AMD, Celsius, those are two that I'm looking at. So I got two positions I'm working, definitely focusing on. And then of course with stuff we do with the weekend shift. And then AMD and Celsius, the two more, macro vid uh plays I want to do. I gave up Pacey, Pacey 312 down on the quarter right now.
Paycheck. Yeah, this was in the
Yeah,
news the other day. Two,
this one
three, three,
was
one, two down on the quarter.
yeah, this thing was 2-2 reversal back up on the year. I was hoping to get this thing back up to 374, but I don't know what's going on over there, but it is not good right now. So I gave that one up. Uh, and again, there's a
This thing,
lot of
yeah,
plays.
this thing's falling down pretty good just
Yeah,
recent now here.
yeah,
And good volume.
yeah.
Notice that. Good
Mm-hmm.
selling. Good. So that's good. That's good puking here.
Yeah,
There's going to be a reversal coming out of that somewhere.
yeah.
That's a lot of
Um,
volume though that came down on that with. So maybe some good heavy selling. That's good stuff.
yeah. So that pretty much does it for me.
Projectile puking.
Yeah, that pretty much does it for me on what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a whole bunch. I will be putting out a macro vid for the Strat Warriors, but I'm not seeing a whole like any big surprises right now. Um, uh,
Yeah,
you know,
I sort of agree. I think we're going into all right, this is when people are going to spend money. Okay?
mm-hmm,
October, November, December especially, all right? People are going
yeah,
to spend a lot of money. It's interesting to see that the DHI Horton's got like the Chi-Chi's and those restaurants, and then you got Chipotle Mexican Grill. There's a real disconnect between where people go eat, all right, and everybody's got different tastes and everybody's got different price what they want to pay for. I'm watching XRT retail is holding up pretty good here for the year now on these retailers. They have been holding up pretty good. I'm looking to see if they start to break a little bit closer as we start to get back into as we come into November and we start to see what the sales are going to be like. We're going to watch retail sales as we go, and we'll see how they fare out. And is there going to be? Are they going to be hiring more people? Are they going to need more people? Are they going to need more AI? I don't know what they need, But so yeah, that's kind of what I'll be watching as we get to the end of the year. I keep an eye on the retailers, and I watch them discretionaries like McDonald's. Like nobody's going to McDonald's right now. What's going on? I mean, all the
Yeah.
rappers are going.
Yeah. Everybody's too good for McDonald's, I think. Yeah, there's like I'm not
Yeah,
going.
everybody's nobody's going there. They got the new deal again, the value meal. They're bringing
Yeah.
back the value meal. They're just
Yeah.
trying to do anything to bring in an extra couple bucks.
Anytime
Um,
anytime McDonald's goes to the Lowe's, they're like, get that McRib back out. Get it back out.
that's it. That's what I'm talking about. You got to get that McRib up. I'm in there getting two of them with a
Get it
chocolate
out there.
shake. Do it. Crude's on the move here, coming up here. Crude's
Well,
coming up a
okay,
little bit.
yeah, that's
I,
interesting. So I was talking about XLE crude, XLE oils, because last week it was just going up, putting up a shooter, going up, putting up a shooter, going up, putting up a shooter. I think Chevron shows it the best, but yeah, okay, I'll say crude. Yeah, it's just been acting funny. Yeah,
yeah, XLE went with that crazy on that crazy week.
it did, and then it triangled all the way back down.
Yeah, look at that, man. Look at
Yeah,
that. I saw that. I was just like, what the hell is going on with that
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Um, crude wants to go higher, but Trump's not gonna let it. Because he doesn't want the price of gasoline going up. But guess what? It's $4 in Chicago right now,
Okay.
and there's nothing you can do about it. All right, we're
No.
paying $4.
Yeah.
I know you're in Indiana, so that's
Yeah.
probably quite a difference from where I live.
No, it's pretty
But we got
close.
a lot of taxes. We got a lot of taxes over here too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so let's see. Keep a real close eye out as we go higher into these S&P 500s and these Qs. Keep an eye on them. I gave you some good numbers there. Keep an eye on there. If we get up by 66, 75 somewhere around there, they just might turn around and say, you know what, we've had enough for right now. And there'll be maybe no reason for doing it, but right now they got a reason because the government shut down. But we've been through that 20 times. It doesn't matter
Yes.
anymore.
Yes. 100%.
Right.
So
So
true. So true.
it doesn't even matter anymore that the government's closed. If somebody doesn't get a check, well, I don't get a check anyway. So I
Oh
don't
man.
care.
Oh man. Let's
All
see.
right.
We're gonna wrap it up. Thanks so much for being here, JJ. It's always fun. And we got to do something for the end of the year. I don't know. Maybe we'll do our greatest hits for the end of the year. We have to.
I like it. I like it. I like it
The
for
stocks
sure.
that were awesome,
Um,
in the stocks that were terrible.
Yeah, let's get a Rocktober. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, all right. We're October.
Give me the
October. I love it.
Rocktober. Give me the Rocktober.
Thank you so much for being here. And for everybody else, thank you so much for watching the Enforce, the only podcast with me and JJ talking about looking at the market through the eyes of the Strat. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
All right.